Nice solid group this morning. Good job to us getting here, showing up. Let's go ahead and take a comfortable seat. Welcome to your yoga practice. It is Thursday, March 5th. Let's go ahead and see if we can lengthen the spine a little bit, soften the shoulders back and down, engage the core muscles like we're hugging a corset, and you could think of that. Bringing the hands into Kubera Mudra, so index fingers, middle fingers, and thumb tips all touching, curling in the ring fingers and pinky fingers, resting that gesture in your lap. This is a gesture of abundance, of ease, breathing deeply. Our quote today comes from Esther Hicks. The fastest way to bring more wonderful examples of abundance into your personal experience is to take constant notice of the wonderful things that are already here. The fastest way to bring more wonderful examples of abundance into your personal experience is to take constant notice of the wonderful things that are already here. This is essentially a gratitude practice, right? Last night, one of my oldest friends and I caught up, and as things go these days, kind of spiraled into some stress, anxiety, fear about the state of things. And once we realized we were both kind of dragging each other down, although it was real and valid and important to acknowledge these things, we switched gears after we got it out and we played a gratitude game, just one for one, back and forth. So let's do that for ourselves right now, calling in abundance or gratitude by acknowledging the wonderful things that do exist in your world right now. So let's breathe and think of one right now. Let's do it again. So give yourself slow, full breaths. Let's see if we can think of 5 things, 5 breaths in a row. If you're having trouble, you could start with some solid basics like shelter that you're in right now, the hopefully comfortable clothes you're wearing right now, so on. Every time you breathe in, think of something you're grateful for, or recognize some abundance. A couple more breaths. All right, for the next breath in, let's all share recognition of the abundance of oxygen. We can breathe in. Breathe in a little more. See if you can top it off. And sigh it out. And now we'll start to circle the torso. Try to keep the hips pretty rooted down. Keep the heart lifted. And see if you can notice a stretch through the hips and low back when you come to lean forward with this circling. One more time in the direction you started in. And switch directions. Inhale when you lean forward. Exhale when you lean back. All right, come back to neutral. And then let's roll onto our spines. Keep your feet on the ground. Now we can soften the belly and bring one hand to the belly area, one hand to the heart area. Then try to relax your shoulders once you get there. A few breaths of just noticing how the body might lift or expand as you breathe. And now let's actually bring one hand back behind the neck if you can. And as you breathe, see if you can keep your neck muscles totally relaxed. Another way to do this would be bringing your hands to the neck and the front. So we're trying to keep our neck and chest muscles pretty relaxed and keeping the belly soft. The diaphragm muscle that's attached to the bottom of the rib cage lowers down so the belly expands as it pulls breath in. It's abundant oxygen from the environment around us. And then it releases, belly dropping down, navel drawing back and up. Try this a few times. So upper body trying to stay pretty relaxed, letting the breath softly float in through the nose, down past the throat, past the chest, down, down, down. So practicing this diaphragmatic breath literally strengthens the diaphragm. It's a muscle just like everything else. All right, releasing the hands or arms from your body if they were there. Try to keep the neck and shoulders still relaxed, and we'll practice some box breaths. If you know that breath retention, holding full or empty doesn't work for you, then just do equal inhale and exhale. So let's try to breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold full, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 4. Hold full. Breathe out, 4. Hold empty. One more. Inhale, 4. Shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed. Hold full, keep it relaxed. Exhale. Hold empty. You can keep that rhythm to some degree if you like it. We'll draw the knees in towards the chest and then stretch your left leg long, hovering it above the ground. Really intentionally engage your core muscles here. And then switch sides. So left leg hugging in, right leg hovering above the ground. We had a request for some deep core work. Keep switching your legs. And I did just a quick search. I'll do a deeper dive in a bit. And if anyone has recommendations, please feel free to share them on the Heartbeat page or app. But it looked like some classic Pilates moves are in the lineup. So adding the ones I know by heart, squeezing one leg in, hovering the other. Core muscles intentionally engaged. So much of deep core work is paying attention, really intentionally hugging in, pulling up from the pelvic floor also. If you'd like, you can lift your head, tucking chin towards chest. So we keep going side to side here. Go at a pace that works for your body and for your breath. Imagine the rib cage knitting in, the core muscles knitting, hugging in. You could stay here or start to extend your legs, stretching them long. Switching the legs like scissors. If it ever gets to be too much with your shoulders lifted off of the ground, you can return shoulders and head back to earth. Let's keep going several more breaths here. Intentionally hugging core muscles in, intentionally lifting pelvic floor muscles. So that's engaging all of those bottom muscles of the pelvic bowl. 3 more of each leg. Good, and then hug the knees in, rest the head and shoulders. You might take some sighs or rock the body a little. When you're ready, left foot on the ground, cross the right leg over the left. And you could stay there with the left foot grounded or hug the legs into your body. Swaying if swaying feels right. To kind of give your hips and low back a massage, I like to sway, but imagine I'm walking my hips away from my shoulders. So swaying to the left, the right hip lifts. I try to stretch it down farther away from my head. Swaying to the right, the left hip lifts. I try to walk it down. So we're not really moving the body or, placement on the mat so much as we are kind of massaging into it. All right. Coming to stillness if you've been moving. Let's try straightening the left leg towards the sky, and if you can, grab onto the left thigh, maybe weaving the right arm in the space between your legs. Point and flex your ankles. Give them some circles. It's always a nice way to increase circulation. One more breath. Exhale, draw the navel down towards the spine. Try to lift your shoulders and head as you hug your legs in. Take another breath here. And release. Unwind your legs. Pause for a moment. Feet on the ground or stretching your legs long. Just pause and notice the energy flowing through your body. The kind of residual of the work you've done here. And then right foot on the ground, left leg crossing over the right. Any way that works for you, crossing the legs or figure 4. And then you could try drawing the legs in towards your chest. And maybe swaying, maybe doing that kind of rocking and walking the hips. Breathing. Maybe moving ankles intentionally. Let's go ahead and see about straightening the right leg up towards the sky, trying to weave the left arm through the space between your legs, holding onto that right thigh however you can get it, hugging the legs in towards you. Again, we could keep moving ankles, pointing and flexing them intentionally, or circling them. And then maybe lifting your head and shoulders off of the ground, hugging yourself in. Full breath in and release. Feet on the ground. Stretch your legs long, stretch your arms long alongside your head. Point your toes, open your hands wide. So we're really stretching, stretching. Big breath in. Core muscles engaged. Exhale, hug the knees in. Sweep the arms around. Give yourself a squeeze in this little ball shape. And then we'll keep doing that. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, hug the knees in. Maybe adding, lifting the head. Just a few more rounds. Big breaths. All right, the next time you're hugged into a little ball, we can rock and roll upright. Maybe you have to roll to one side to get there, whatever it takes, and then come right on over into tabletop. As you land in tabletop, some rounds of cow and cat or any other movements that your body would like. And as you breathe, let it be intentional. Using Ujjayi Pranayama could be a nice way to help you connect with the breath, staying really mindful of it. Good. Go ahead and come back through neutral. Tuck your right toes and push them back on the mat. Press back through the heel. Engage the core. Imagine lifting the low back. Really lighten the right wrist as best as you can, or come to a fist on the right hand and stretch the left arm in front of you. Imagine really lifting those lower abdominal muscles and explore lifting the right foot off of the ground. Left arm and right leg reaching as far as they can in opposite directions. You can stay here or bend the right knee, reach the left arm back. Maybe you make contact with the right foot. If so, then kick the foot into the hand. Keep breathing. I'm so sorry about my spring sniffles. I'll start taking my allergy pill maybe at bedtime, so it's still in effect. Another breath. And release. Let's hug left elbow towards right knee. Push the ground away through that right hand. Inhale, stretch them both long, opposite directions. And exhale, set hand and knee down. We can come to stand on our knees, maybe tucking the toes, and roll the wrists out. Gently shake them out. And come back to tabletop. Left toes tucked, press them back on the mat, push back through your left heel. So that's a way to isolate the calf muscles, then engage your core. Imagine lifting the lowest part of your belly, the space between your belly button and pubic bone. Hug that part up and in. Careful, shifting weight into the left hand, maybe coming to a fist. Try to reach the right arm in front of you like you're reaching for something you just can't quite get to. And explore lifting your left foot off of the ground. Really press the foot back. Stretch the arm forward. Big breath. Hug the core muscles in when you exhale. You could stay here or bend the left knee. Maybe reach that right arm back. Maybe you're able to make contact hand and foot. Don't worry if not. Takes like straight up muscle engagement to keep that leg lifted. If you're able to hold on to the hand and foot, kick the foot into the hand. Full breath. And release. Hug right elbow, left knee in. Arch the spine. Good. Inhale, stretch leg and arm. And exhale, set it down. We can again tuck the toes. Maybe this time you sit right on the heels. Interlace your fingers and do some figure eights with the hands. And switch directions of those figure eights. And gently shake out the wrists. Okay, hands to the ground. Find your downward facing dog. Remembering if down dog is too much pressure on the shoulders today, another option would be puppy pose. Or you could come to a wall or piece of furniture, putting your hands on them and then pressing your chest towards the thighs. Breathe wherever you are. I'm going to hope that mute works while I blow my nose, y'all. Here's hoping. All right, from your downward facing dog, come up high on the toes, tiptoe yourself up to the top of the mat, folding forward. On an inhale, lift up halfway, squeeze the shoulder blades together, stretch the arms back, engage your gluteal muscles. Exhale, fold back down. Sink the hips low, chair pose. Arms up or arms at the heart, hands at the heart. And then stand up tall. If you like using blocks or if you'll want to use them, go ahead and get them set up at the top of the mat. Breathing in, reach to the sky. Breathing out, fold on down. Hands touching the ground or blocks, step the left foot straight back in space. From there, you can shift forwards and backwards a bit. Good for some ankle mobility. And then drop the right knee. Shimmy the left foot to the left edge of the mat, left arm coming on the inside of the leg. Press your hips forward and down. And you might play with rolling to the pinky side edge of your left foot. If you want to give the wrists a break, you could lower down to your forearms. Full breath in, fill up. And let go. Practice another little shot of gratitude. You might look around the space you're in and see something you appreciate. You could stay just as you are or carefully bend that right leg. See about reaching the left arm back in space. Maybe you catch the foot, maybe not at all. Either way, we could be getting a twist here. Quadriceps stretch, hip flexor stretch for the right leg. Depending on what's happening in the left leg, you might be feeling something nice. One more breath. And release. Planting the hands on the ground, step yourself to plank pose. Push back through the heels. Hug the core muscles in. Option to lower down to your forearms for a breath. Hug the deep core muscles in. Return your hands to earth if you dropped down to forearms, and then downward facing dog. If a break would serve you better, then give that to yourself. About 3 slow breaths. As you breathe, you might give yourself a little affirmation. So next breath in, you could say thank you to yourself. Next breath out, I love you. Breathing in, thank you. Breathing out, I love you. Shift forward to plank pose. Hug the right knee up towards your chest. Step it to the top of the mat. Let's drop the left knee. Oops, sorry. Keep the left knee lifted for a moment. Maybe hands come to blocks and we shift forwards and backwards a bit. So this is nice for our ankles. Also, anytime we pump the calf muscles like we're doing on the left leg, if we're shifting forwards and backwards, pointing and flexing the ankle, well, that helps increase circulation and lymphatic fluid flow through the leg. All right, now coming through stillness, drop that left leg, shimmy the right foot to the edge of the mat. Same story as last time into this lizard pose. You might try rolling to the pinky side edge of your right foot, deepening the stretch in your inner groin area. Pressing your hips forwards and down. Option to carefully bend your left leg. Keep pushing the hips forwards and down. So when we add the bend to the leg, that's where we add the quadriceps stretch because it attaches under the knee. And then maybe lower down to forearms. Maybe you sweep the right arm back in space and possibly catch the left foot. Breathe wherever you are. Breathing in, notice the sensations of this moment. Breathing out, maintaining awareness. One more breath here. Let it be slow. Let it be as full as you can. Slowly release. Let's tuck the left toes and then we'll take a giant step to the top of the mat, whatever it takes to get there. Whew. Maybe shimmy the hips, bend one knee and then the other, sway. And let's try a squat pose. So sinking the hips down. Try to bring your elbows on the inside of your thighs, and then as the hands come together at the heart, push those elbows away from each other. Squeeze your gluteal muscles and then release them. Squeeze them and release. One more time. Squeeze and release. Hands coming to blocks or ground. Let's come back to a forward fold. Take your time breathing and coming upright. As you get there, you could stretch the arms up, squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward, lift the heart. Big breath in and out. Let the arms drop down. Find a steady mountain pose. Noticing your feet on the ground. Noticing your legs and arms in space. Imagining the spine and the torso like a column of light. Crown of your head lifting up towards the sky. One more breath. Breathing in, thank you. Breathing out, I love you. Soft knees, give yourself a little bounce or shaking meditation if you like, or you could also give yourself some twists here. Okay, friends, as you're ready, we'll come down to an easy seat. You could bring the soles of the feet together. If you like Baddha Konasana, you might wedge some blocks under those thighs and then come on down to your spine. And if you don't like reclined Baddha Konasana, you could just stretch your legs long. Your hands might rest on your hip points or on the low belly. And for just about 3 breaths, let yourself soften and be held. That in itself is an experience of abundance. The fastest way to bring more wonderful examples of abundance into your personal experience is to take constant notice of the wonderful things that are already there. If you ever feel like there's a shortage, like you can't see abundance, then you might try looking to nature. You could look to something like a flower and all of the multitude of seeds it holds within it. A tree and all of the budding leaves. Give yourself a stretch, and as you're ready, we'll return to an easy seat. Felt like today really went by fast. Try and keep us all on track here, time-wise. As you come up to a seat, you could bring your hands together at your heart, giving yourself a breath of acknowledgement. Good job, self, showing up, taking care. May our individual practices serve to uplift the world. If you have time for a chant, we'll take a big breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy. I hope you have a good day out there, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.